Word one, what life do you want? I'm not talking about the life that your parents want, your teachers want, or your boss want. What life do you want? What's up, Gene? This word to be great. Mae West said that you only live once, but if you do it right, once is enough. Now, if you get to the end of your life and you feel like one life isn't enough, that means you have regret. So let's keep it real, because a lot of us don't know what we want. We're going through life, we're just coasting, we're living somebody else's agenda, but we really want to live a life that we have designed for ourselves. So in this video, I want to talk to you about 5 steps that will help you design the life you want. 1, you have to be real with yourself about what you want. In other words, you have to get crystal clear. When I was in the corporate world and I used to go to work every day, sit in my cubicle when the sun came up and then watch it come down before I went home, I was miserable. I knew that wasn't what I wanted, but I wasn't sure about what it is I truly desired. And it wasn't until the stress of the job got to me to the point that I passed out in my car and I had to wear a heart monitor for 3 months. Now, when I was at home every day, it gave me an opportunity to start asking myself, what is it that I really want? If you like this video, I want to ask you to like and share this video. Also, hit that bell so anytime I post a new video, you are notified. And it was this story that I read in this book, I think was by Zig Ziglar or Les Brown, that really helped me to get crystal clear. See, the story talked about this guy that parents wanted him to go to medical school. They really wanted him to be a doctor. So he did exactly what his parents wanted. He went to medical school. He was very successful. He got out and he started his own practice as a doctor. And his parents had so much flex, they could tell their friends, our son is a medical doctor. He's very successful. And he was successful. He made good money. He helped a lot of patients, but he was miserable. So after 5 years of having his own practice, he decided to close the doors. He didn't tell his parents for a while. But when he was at home talking to his parents, he revealed to them that he was no longer a doctor. He had shut down the practice, and they were so shocked. And his mother asked him, so what are you doing? He said, I'm going to parties as a clown. Now, of course, this led to ridicule. His parents looked at him like he was crazy. He said, I am a clown at parties. I'm enjoying it. I love it. This is what I truly want to do. But his parents did not even approve of that. They were so disappointed in him. He didn't talk to them for several years, but instead of him giving up on what he wanted, he kept on going to these parties. He started building this party clown business. And after about 3 years, that clown business became a multi-million-dollar establishment. And the reason it happened is because he was real with himself. He got crystal clear about what he wanted. See, if you want to design the life you want, you have to be real with yourself. You have to get crystal clear about what you want. Word one, what would your life be like if you designed the life you want? What would you do? What would you accomplish? See, that's what I had to ask myself every day, but I figured it out. And if you want help design the life you want, my premium ebook, Word to Be Great, has the practical skills and tools that I use to design the life I want. So if you want that help, click the link below to define success for you. You see the mistake that a lot of us make? We allow other people to define success for us. And what happens? We listen to the counselor, our parents. And what you find yourself doing, you are living a life that is representing the definition that somebody else defined as success for you. You see, what I realized when I was on that medical leave is that I was living the success of the definition that somebody else gave to me. I went down the path of getting a job in the corporate world, sitting in a cubicle because somebody else told me that was the definition of success. But what I realized is that I didn't want to work on a job for 40 years and get a gold watch. I didn't want to be sitting in a cubicle like I was in a sardine can. What I wanted to do is define the success that I wanted. So if you want to design the life that you want, you have to define success for you, because what that definition will do for you is allow you to put yourself on a path to realize that success. 3, research the process of individuals who have already designed the life that you want. See, what this is going to allow you to do is to be real with yourself. Do I really want to go through this process and make this happen? See, when I discovered I wanted to be a professional speaker, an author, run my own business, I researched others who had already went through that process. And there was one particular individual named Albert. He came over here from Ghana. He became a professional speaker, an author. And I looked at his process and I seen so much he went through. And as I looked at that, I became enthusiastic because I knew I was willing to go through that process to make my own dream become a reality. So you're going to have to do the same thing. Whatever it is you want to accomplish, research the process of individuals who have already designed that life and ask yourself, am I willing to go through a process like this to design this life? Because if you're not willing to, you need to start over and start finding what it is you truly want to do with your life. 4, why do you want to do it? This is very important because if you want to design a life, but you don't understand why you want to do it, it's going to fail. See, the reason I wanted to be a professional speaker is because, as I told you guys before, my dad left when I was 11 years old, 2 weeks after telling me personally he wouldn't leave the family. So my why was I want to help others who have been abandoned, who feel they wasn't good enough, who have felt they're not worthy. And I want to use my life story to help them to believe that they're worthy to be great. See, that is my why. It propels me to this day. And you must have a why for why you want to design a life that you want. Because if you don't have a strong why behind it, the moment you have a setback, the moment you have a disappointment, you're going to quit. So the 4th thing you must ask yourself is why you want to do it, because that why will be the fuel that's going to help you to design the life that you want. 5. Commit yourself to a self-discipline action plan. It doesn't matter what life you want to design, you must have a plan, and that plan must be backed with self-discipline. See, one of the things that a lot of people mess up is that they don't have a plan and they haven't created the discipline necessary to execute that plan. You see, when I told myself I wanted to be a professional speaker, I had a plan in place that helped me to transition to the life that I wanted. And it started with me first joining speech clubs. I joined speech clubs and I gave 5 speeches a week, sometimes 10 a week, and I kept working on developing my public speaking skills. And once I realized I got as far as I could on my own, I hired a speech coach, and that was Albert. That was the individual that came from Ghana. I learned from many mentors, other coaches, and they gave me the tools I needed to start my own corporation. So when it pertains to you designing the life you want, you need to commit yourself to a self-discipline action plan that's going to give you small steps to transition into the life you want. These are the 5 steps that will help you to design the life you want. So I want to encourage you to take these 5 steps and start designing the life you want, because you are worthy to be great.